Hello guys, this is FlashX007 and today I'll be reviewing the high grade 1 to 144 scale G Bouncer. And I'd like to thank GK Gundam Kid for providing the model. And without further ado, let's begin. Okay, so I'd like to begin with the detail and overall. I'm just going to show you guys first off what the detail looks like, and then I'm going to give you guys my thought on it. So this is what the upper portion of the body looks like. Let's show you guys the lower portion. And basically the lower half and the legs entirely are from the Spallo, so there's no difference right there. You even have the little needle knees right there. So generally the legs are similar, but everything above that is definitely different. But overall, let's give you guys a side view of it. And here's what this looks like, the side of the arm. And what else? The back of the legs. You see little thrusters right there, and actually one here, and actually two here, but these are actually different. They're like square while these are circular, so definitely a lot of thruster options right there, and they're overall good. And I definitely do like the backpack, so it's definitely a little nice pro bono. And again, we see that little gimmick with the back piece able to hold the rifle. I don't know what this one is. So basically for this one, basically this is where you put the rifle in. But overall, different from the GXs, but still as nice. And let's go back to the front. And overall, what I think about the detail is that on this, I'm going to keep it short and simple. I know it doesn't make sense, it's a high grade, but I'm just going to say one thing. This is like a mini master grade. Like I've said this a couple times, but basically the reason why I say this is because it has so many gimmicks and details that it's amazing. The G Bouncer is definitely one of the most top-notch age models that I definitely recommend to almost everybody. It's definitely a very nice high grade, and you can never regret getting one. However, if you have different interests or appeals, so that might be different for everybody, but overall, almost everybody I know definitely likes the G Bouncer, except for Universal Century fans, which of course I understand you guys, but this is pretty top notch and it's pretty banging, so that's what I think about it. And of course, from comparing the GX's face mask and the G Bouncer, both can be utilized for Transformers customizations or Batman or this and that. I know for a fact that Gunpla is in fact thinking about, we're actually doing a Batman custom using his G Bouncer, and overall, credit for you. Good luck with that. But I'd like to see more and more people doing other stuff rather than Batman, like Optimus Prime. I am gonna attempt to make one, however, no promises due to my scheduling and unfortunate free times. I can only do so much, so basically it'll be a while until I customize something completely. But anyways, I'm kind of going off here, but anyways, yeah, let's move over to articulation. Okay, so for the head moves forward and back, side to side, and 360. So let's try to turn it. I'm trying to be careful here because sometimes the head pops off, which is kind of annoying. But overall, that's it for that. And for the arms move that far up. So let's bend this back down and let's turn it, and actually this can turn 360 as well as the other models that I've shown. I just don't really show it often. But also this can bend, and of course now the articulation, you notice that it has increased from 90 to almost 180. There's just a few armor pieces right there that are preventing it from bending further, but if you're an articulation freak, you can definitely fix that easily with a few mods. But that's basically it for that. And the arm is also on a ball joint, so that can actually turn 360 as well. And that's basically it for that. Before we move on to the skirts and the back piece, let's move over to the backpack. So these are two separate pieces, and you can close them off like so. So that's basically it for that. And you can also switch these around, make it like he's taking off or this or that, or like he's blasting off or flying or this or that. It's up to you. Creativity is up to you as well. So definitely poses are not out of the question. You just have to be creative enough in order to find out what the model generally looks good in. But that's basically it for that. And now for the skirts. This is one piece, I think, and it moves this far up, so that's like 90 degrees. And next, the back piece right here, well, actually the side skirts. This can move like almost 90. However, this is actually a beam saber, so I don't know if, well, actually I had to remove it. But hold on a second while I do this. But yeah, this is definitely a beam saber. It's hidden inside the side skirt, which I was actually amazed by when I realized this, because that's like a master grade little feature or gimmick that I noticed. I don't know if the Age 1 had it. I believe it did, but to see it in the G Bouncer, I really liked it. But overall, yeah, so I just popped one off. But that's pretty cool. And for the articulation in the back, I already showed you guys that, but just pop that down, and this is where the rifle goes. So generally nice right there. And for the legs, let's go over to the legs. How far do they bend? They actually bend 180 degrees. I'm gonna say that right there because it's top-notch bending right there. And also, I already showed you guys, I believe, the knee separation, so the little needles right there. And for the feet, let's show you guys the bottom portion. I forgot to do this in the other models, but the other models did have a little thruster detail on the bottom of their feet, but that's kind of hard to notice sometimes. But anyways, this moves left and right, forward and back, and up and down, so you can do what you want, almost anything with it. And that's basically it for that. So let's move over to accessories. Okay, so for the accessories and weapons, I'd like to first point out the hand. The hand is in fact like the Gundam hand, so you can actually now interchange between like the Age hands. I forgot what these came with. I keep everything in like a hand box, so I mixed them up because they're actually Gundam hands. But anyways, you have an option of closed fists. So if you have any closed fists, you can work them out. So if you have closed fists from the Age 1 normal, you can probably use them on this. If you have open hands from the Age 3s, you can probably use it on that as well. Overall, the possibilities are endless, and I just wanted to point that out right there. I thought that was pretty useful, and I was actually hoping for that it would come with like Gundam hands, and it actually did, so I'm pretty happy about that. And the next thing would be the beam saber. And the beam saber, this is the hilt. There's actually two, and I already popped one off with you guys on the video, so I'm just going to use that as an example. And this is what it looks like, and you can put them on either hand, so that's pretty cool right there. And the other thing would be the rifle. Let's show you guys the rifle. Hold on a second. And basically here it is. I like the rifle overall. It has like a unique design to it. In terms of what I view in rifles, let's just say this is exactly what I would like in a rifle in terms of designs, what I would like it to look like. And the fact that they achieved this is another pro bono for me. I overall like this model, so it's going to be hard for me to find any flaws with it. But this is what the side of it looks like. This is what that looks like. Here's the other side. And in general terms, I use this. You have to remove that and then put it back like so, and then cover it up. So that's how he holds it. But overall, I'm, like I said, a lefty, so the shield always goes on the left. And you have an option this time. It doesn't come with a sticker, so you can put it on either or hand. However, again, since I'm a lefty, I'm going to put it on the left. And there's another annoying option for the accessories, which would be this. This, you can remove it and put it on his other hand, so you can have him holding this, which is actually rather annoying. I think this is kind of stupid of it to include this kind of feature. It generally does not look good. It looks horrible, and it really removes attraction from the overall model. So I don't do that. I keep mine in its shield, and now it looks better. See? So I don't see the point of it. But that's a little nice gimmick that they included. It was nice of them. But in terms of me, I'm not going to really take advantage of that little addition. But that's basically it. I don't really have anything else to say pretty much. I'm out of ideas. But anyways, let's move over to my final thoughts. Okay, so for my final thoughts, overall, in terms of every Wolf Custom mobile suit that I've seen, the G Bouncer is definitely my overall favorite. And actually in the anime there's variations that were released. Like the Earth Federation released other particular models of the G-Bouncer, and one for example was the Earth Federation, but it turned over to the Vegans, and that used actually like a Dragoon system. So overall there's possibilities. However, I don't know if they'll actually release them. And there's also the Pirate, the G-Zyphos, I believe, and that is actually going to be released, so I'm excited for that. But overall, the G-Bouncer is definitely a top-notch high-grade model, and I definitely do recommend it. Its articulation is amazing, its overall details is amazing, and you'll definitely love it as soon as you build it. And overall, definitely, I'm not really exaggerating, it's an awesome model, and I definitely do love my wolf collection. If possible, if you can do it, I recommend all three. I recommend the Genoese Custom, the G-Exis, and the G-Bouncer, because all three definitely do look awesome together. They're like meant to be together, because that's how good they are. You can pose them in any particular way you want, and this time, in this case, you can have all three stand together. I generally don't do this, but the fact that they look good, all three together, it's just a prime example of how good they are. So basically, yeah. And I'd like to thank GK Gundam Kit for providing the G-Bouncer, and I'd like to thank you guys for watching. This is FlashX007 with another review, and it's time for me to sign out yet again.